Ardella and Zach Tucci for Boston. Ardella for the Whipsnakes. He has had a sensational start to his season. Almost unbeatable, even going against some of the other big-time face-off men in this league. Matt Campbell. He shoots and scores!
Campbell's got great acceleration. He's a dynamic force from up top. He can win a matchup, but if you don't put a pole on him, this time it's Puglisi, just a short stick defensive midfielder. And for whatever reason, Maryland doesn't help out. Matt Dunn, 33, gave it a look. Zappatello also considered helping, and this shot goes to the near post, right off Krebs' hip. Offense has been okay. They're number 3 in the league right now in offensive efficiency.
Long shot and a two-pointer from Matt Campbell. His first two-handed goal, two-point goal of the year, I should say. Exit velocity of 101 miles an hour. 3 zip cannons.
In what could be a low-scoring game, this is a gigantic play. Campbell, who scored the first Boston Cannon goal earlier from clearly a yard outside the arc, left-handed, against stick side rip, 100 miles an hour. That ball just pops out of his pocket.
You think Holman could have been providing a screen that time for Krebs?
It looks like...
Well, you're one of them.
Well, they didn't...
We know that's to be true. Smith, no chance that time. As great of a season as Colin Kirst is having, when you're on the doorstep like that, that's money.
You get the quick answer. Patra with the helper and a great look. Smith's really playing himself into top form. He's an incredible athlete. He can play both ends, offense, defense. He can shoot the two. You see his inside game right there. The body control, the patience. He knows he's got the space. That's the spatial awareness you talk about a shooter. When he beats that man, he knows he...
Get kicked out of.
Shot and score! And a two-point goal. What a turn of events here in the final 2 seconds of this first quarter. Well, Coach Holman was barking at the officials. TJ Malone said, I got to let it rip. And he ripped it past Kirst. We're tied at 3.
This is hard to believe. Was he screened? Was the ball deflected? Was he just not ready at the whistle?
Here's Nolting. In all kinds of trouble. Shot clock winding down. And Kirst goes low to high. Boston back on top.
Little Houdini by Asher Nolting, who's getting swarmed by a pack of Whipsnakes. Look at him, he's getting double teamed. Does a good job of running away from pressure. Kirst is planted at the post and finishes with some deception. Again, a low body language, low stick position. Krebs bites it, hook, line, and sinker. Watch this goalie drop, and then you fill the top of the goal.
Good job. Go.
Malone, look out here, scores! Q, he was shot out of X like out of a cannon.
I think what's important here, Cotter, is watch how Jack Keelty is pressing behind the net. You see 40 in white right here. Look at him, how far out he is, and he just loses Malone. He gets caught staring at the ball. But when they talk about head on a swivel, you got to see the ball, see your man. Head on a swivel, foo, 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 back and forth. Get those eyes going back and forth. And Malone sneaks backside as Keelty is staring at the ball carrier. Here, people grow and develop and mature at different levels, different rates.
Kelly finds the back of the net for the Cannons. This midfield continues to pay dividends. Campbell, Kirst, Kelly.
Maryland's defense not respecting some of these Boston Dodgers. Matt Campbell has isolated. Kirst has got a goal, and now the rookie out of Denver, McKelly, strikes Painter. They're isolation dodgers from the outside looking to go for themselves. You got to send faster double teams to 20 and 21.
Good catch by McAsee, and he scores!
That's a lot of pressure on that possession. I thought Boston's offense now kind of found their flow, and that's what McAsee can do. He's a vicious left-handed wing shooter. Good catch on this. It's not a perfectly thrown ball, but his feet are, he's shot ready when he catches it, and he's got that quick release.
This looks all wrist here, Q.
Yeah, well, he's a former squash player, high-level, nationally ranked squash player, and he's got that stroke that just, it's the power comes from the torque and the finish with his hands, the snap.
Skips it, Campbell, the extra pass. Trenner shoots, bounces it, Krebs makes the save. High in the air goes the rebound, Krebs goes up to get it.
Hit him!
Trying to use another Heacock.
Got the switch.
Yeah, he did a beautiful feed inside, and a save by Kirst. He's made a couple of buttes today.
To struggle in the shooting department at 1 for 20, and this is just robbery from close range. Stick on stick. Kirst stays with him. He mirrors the body language, and he matches up his stick on Pannell's stick. Sets up the matchup for Malone.
Malone falls down, but then gets back up on his feet. Good job getting it to Pannell. Up top to Carroll. Thought he might take a shot. Instead, he gets it to his left and scores.
That should be an assist for Pannell. That could be the tying assist. We'll see if they give Pannell the assist on this lob pass, because Carroll did change directions. He went right to left, but he didn't defeat a man. So by definition, that should be the tying assist for Rob Pannell.
That's it. Ties Ryan Boyle. 292 career assists. Top of the ledger.
This was gorgeous offense, one of the better possessions today from Maryland. It starts with a lot of wing action. A two-man game. You got Patra and TJ Malone on the left side, and they'll spin things ultimately to Pannell after the defense rotates. Right here's the rotation. Defense is vulnerable. Well, guess what? Rob's going to find the open guy. That time it's a gorgeous lob pass. He just reads the defense and throws it to the guy that's open. It's not nuclear physics. And look at Pannell. He puts that right on the money. Not afraid to lob it. Carroll does the rest. Congratulations to Rob for tying Ryan Boyle's assist record. Said earlier, Rob Pannell coming out of high school was not the most sought after recruit in the country. Quinnipiac was his only offer. So he went up to Deerfield for an extra year. Cornell, they were willing to wait. He had that growth spurt. He had that acceleration in his development. He became one of the all-time greats up in Ithaca, Tewaaraton winner, and one of the greatest to play the pro game.
This time McAsee from X gets it near side. Kelly already has a goal. Good feed inside of Kirst. He scores. This rookie out of Denver, Mick Kelly's impressive.
He's a specimen. He's a really good athlete. He fits on the field. You know, like this league is big, fast, strong, and tough. Kelly can check all those boxes. And he's proven to have a nice IQ. And I asked for more midfield depth of production from Boston. You're getting that. Kirst sees the balls coming at him, and he peels away. He doesn't wait there up by the arc. He peels inside, and that puts his defender in a bind.
12 seconds. On Keelty. Shoots. Save made by Kirst.
It's a must-have save by Kirst. He fought
the stick. Here's Trenner.
See if Maryland double teams some of these isolation dodgers.
Trenner scores! I was about to say he's the only midfielder who hasn't scored tonight for the Cannons. Chalk it up.
Maryland's just slow to go. They're slow to help, and they're leaving their defensive midfielders out on an island, and they're getting torched. Whether it's Matt Campbell, Mick Kelly, Kirst. Now this is just a simple left-handed go, and for whatever reason, there's no double team. Once Trenner gets this inside leverage, he needs support. Well angled by Drenner, who pushes towards the middle of the field to increase his shooting percentage.
Good. Hit him. Be over.
Saved by Kirst. He hasn't made many of them tonight. He hasn't had to, but he's made them count when he's had to.
Super fast hands on that one. Offside high variety.
Just his 6th save of the night. Kirst. Nolting. Good pass inside. McAsee finishes. That was pretty.
That's a defensive bust for Maryland. That's just defense flow ball side. They got the numbers game on the left side of the screen, and McAsee just cuts underneath it. Good helper from Nolting to see the field. Puts that ball right on the money. That's what Asher does. 2 behind the net, so they would switch on that pick.
Flag down, Malone scores.
Flag. The only flag down.
Say this is awful pick defense by the Boston Cannons, and the fact that we were listening to Jack Keelty, who was involved with it, and said nothing the entire way.
Wiped out, all even face off.
And his teammates said nothing. Pick defense is 100% about communication, Cotter. It's pick coming left, pick coming right. Get through, switch, or double. It's very easy, and Keelty gets picked off right here. He never saw it coming. Connor Kirst, 34, was a mute. He didn't let him know. Pick coming left, Jack. And that's one that you want to get through because you don't want to change the matchup short stick to pole.
I mean, just looking right out on this field, the first game ever of the Pro Lacrosse League, Bayhawks Lizards, and just to be a part of it, it's very special.
Ryan Drenner buries that man up goal. That's the first one given up by the Whipsnakes this entire year. First man down
and last
goal.
year. They didn't give up a goal last year on the penalty kill. I think it was 14 straight or something going into this game.
Back to last year. Yeah, 14 straight.
They don't foul very much, but the hub man inside becomes critical here. Look at just too much real estate inside. Does a good job of hovering and finding the soft spot. Nolting continues to add to his stat total tonight. He's had a good game. Puts that ball on the money, nothing fancy.
And knowing the personnel that you do in terms of getting things going here offensively, just 1 for 5 shooting in the third. Just got 6 goals on the game. Well, that'll help.
Yeah, that'll help for sure. I've noticed, missing the goal a little bit. I'm a big proponent of putting balls on, in hockey they say pucks on net, make the goalie work, and I've noticed that a little bit. But, I think they're still getting their feet wet for this season, and I still think they're going to be in good shape.
Brad Smith,
Brad Smith getting his
from
feet wet.
TJ. Watch this assist. 7 in black. He's behind the net. He's just reading the.
Nothing Kirst can do about that one. Brandow buries it.
That's the record. That's the record.
Go. Attaboy, Raf. Love you guys. Congratulations. Come on, let's go. Let's get it. Let's finish the game. Come on, let's go. Yeah, one at a time. Let's go. Let's finish the game. Fucking finish. Come on.
Just like Rob Pannell telling his teammates, let's just keep it going here, finish the game, and maybe pull out a W.
They earn the switch. Just great movement inside with a long kind of a C cut inside, a curl. And you present that visual target, and Pannell's going to put it on your stick. Brandow does a good job of timing that up to Pannell's cut. Rob steps away and puts his ball on the money.
And you knew it was just a matter of time.
Congrats.
2013 graduate of Cornell, has been playing lacrosse as a pro for what, about a dozen seasons. That's some list right there. You think about Ryan Boyle.
Final minute and a half here in the third. They may get it even closer. Brandow saved by Kirst. With this being a 2-goal game, Kirst has been the difference in this game. Drenner. Too easy. This midfield is having their way.
Drenner's got a burst, and he's really smart with the angles that he picks to dodge. He runs himself typically into really good shooting angles. He's not the kind of guy that dodges down the side, down the alleys to weak angle shots. He generally pushes to the middle. And he's deceptively quick and able to separate from a shorty. Watch here, Bernhardt starts to tries to square up to him, and he's just around him. He just a little plants that left foot. Next thing you know, 3 steps later, he's got his hands clear, and he's directly in front of the goal and buries that one off stick side. Drenner is like low maintenance, high production.
Yeah, in box, Quint, they call that getting to the middle. And good job by the Cannons opening 8
with
seconds
the clock, right?
and then draw
He's
a
got
penalty.
nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
Mackesy shoots and scores! As the clock hits triple zeros. Big goal for Boston, as Maryland had gotten this to within a 2-goal game. 2 to finish that third for the Cannons. They lead by 4. Mark Millen, good seeing you, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. I appreciate
Absolutely,
it.
brother.
Thanks.
Fourth quarter still on the way from Baltimore. 12-8, Boston with the lead. That possession right there, quintessential of why it's so difficult. And on the other end, you get the goal from Ashton Olting. So difficult when you win the face-off cue to get anything going in 32 seconds sometimes. That offense was completely discombobulated, and then they get a quick start here on the other side, and Nolting scores.
That's the poster child. When you think, yeah, we may win every face-off, but as Jimmy Stagnita says, when you win all the 32, sometimes you lose the war, because you're giving teams a 52 after all your 32s. Ramsey picks up the assist on the long pass to Nolting, as Maryland's defense is, again, disjointed. Nolting's had a monster night, 1 goal, 5 assists. That was a bad, bad end of that possession for Maryland that led to the run out.
Looking to work on Eppel. Good feet inside. Brandow with the finish.
I sense Brandow and Pannell are starting to really get a good feel for each other. Brandow's so smart, played at Yale, can do a lot of different things. He's a chameleon. He can be a goal scorer, a dodger, but what he's done well tonight is playing off ball. You see a two-man game inside, and they basically flip-flop positions. Brandow ultimately sits down in the pocket that's formed defensively, presents the target, and look at that pass by Pannell. I mean, is that right on the money, or is that right on the money?
On the run.
That's absolutely perfect.
The feet inside. There's another one.
Good offense point.
Pannell picks up the hockey assist.
Brandow's heating up.
Yeah, TJ Malone just with the next level play, but this starts with Pannell on the wing. You see him operate. A little hezzy move right here, and he tricks Eppel. Draws the double, kicks it to Malone, and Malone knows somebody's open. Once that double team is drawn and the defense is on the carousel, somebody is open. Malone puts it right on the money, and you get a little level changer, a little low release to a high location.
22 to shoot. Here's Malone. Has room to shoot. Shoots and scores while falling down.
3 in a row. Here come the Whipsnakes, another comeback. Boston's defense talking it over. Kirst, who has been spectacular, has given up 3 straight. 2 from Brandow. Pannell's had his hand on some of these, but Malone takes this one to the middle and heart of that defense for himself. I thought he may have carried that ball too long, but he buries the biscuit. 3 straight. Maryland has life.
Krebs can't find it. It's on his feet.
Wow.
Didn't go through. The entire ball has to go past the goal line. Krebs couldn't find it at first, and he's lucky he didn't kick it in himself. Puglisi on the clear.
Here we go, left.
Look at the net cam. Watch the ball right there.
Oh, it's like he laid an egg.
Right? Quick ball movement. Nolting shoots. Saved by Krebs. That's massive. Can they get the ground ball? No, they cannot. And it's Cannon's ball with 51.2 to go. Peacock. All alone in front. Goal.
tell you, I'm not sure what Boston was thinking. It was almost like they were defending the 2, and they weren't really concerned about the 1 because they flew upfield at the arc at Brad Smith. There's still tons of time in this game, and Maryland's got Joe Nardella. Look at him press out right here. Oh, and Grant steps up. They all step upfield. Heacock with his eyes up just delivers a nice dime on the inside. Head and shoulder fake by Brandow.
Lucky they didn't get a late hit call,
and Maryland's in business now, down 1, plenty of time. They've got the superior face-off guy. Can Nardella get it done? Marcus Holman's open deep.
Then they throw it to him, and he makes the catch. Now he's going to run for his life. Throws it straight up in the air. That's going to burn a lot of clock.
Not enough, though. They're going to get a chance, Maryland, here.
Unless Boston picks up this GB. Maybe one final opportunity, but picked off by Kelly. And he finishes off what has it been a great game for the rookie from Denver. The Boston Cannons survive. After being held scoreless for the final 11 minutes and 17 seconds of this game, they hang in there and get the dub. Boston Cannons survive. After being held scoreless for the final 11 minutes and 17 seconds of this game, they hang in there and get the dub.